Okay, I've been getting a lot of comments lately on some of the maneuvers and stuff I do on shorts and stuff. So we're gonna go over a couple things and all my controls for them. So let's get into it. First thing is gonna be split throttle. This is, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, about 7 to pull off. It's not too easy, but it's doable. If you go into full real controls and search engine, there's engine controls mode. You're going to want to toggle that. So I have mine to, because I play on PlayStation controller, to this. And then, so then you have the first engine controls, which is your left engine. And then you have your second engine controls, which is your second engine. So if I go back in my game, you can see I can press that button for toggle engine controls. Then you can see I have 2 throttles up in the corner screen. So now, if I hit toggle engine 1, that engine is stuck in place. So if I crank down the throttle now to 0, this engine is now the only one that's on. We'll say I'm in a dogfight, okay? So I'm going vertical with the guy, and he's behind me. All I gotta do is crank that engine off and then point my nose that direction. And then I kind of just, as you can see, just kind of fall in his direction. So that's split throttle. It's not very hard. You can mess around with any engine you want. You can mess around with the left, or the left one. You can mess around with it gets kind of confusing sometimes, but you get the hang of it. You can mess around with the right one. You get the point. This only works on some aircraft, though. I mean, obviously you have to have 2 throttles, but the other thing is, like an F5C, where the engines are very close together, it doesn't really do that much. So like an F14 and MiG-29, perfect for it. Okay, the next thing is cobras. This is one of my favorite things to do, and it's not that hard. It's maybe like a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So the cobra is very simple. You just gotta go into your controls, and you gotta have a button binded for toggle control mode. And then control mode and simulator mode, you want to have it on mouse joystick. So then you have to have your pitch and yaw axis keys, which I think come built into keyboard and stuff. So after that, that's all you need. You're going to want to do like a vertical, like you're going to want to point your nose up, like pitch up. Then you're going to also want to like use your yaw axis to go to the right a little bit. Just do that. We go into full real controls, and we have a cobra. And all you gotta do, and go back to your mouse aim with your control mode, like that, and it should pull you out pretty easy. The slower you are, the better this goes. Same thing, F14 is the better for it, because you can just put your wings forward like that, and just do a little flip to the side. And yeah, so that's a cobra. Very simple, pretty funny if it works. Good reversal. Do be aware that if you do it too slow or right in front of the guy's nose, you're kind of gonna... I just did it myself. I did the meme. Yeah, so that's a cobra. Okay, if you want to add on to that cobra, we can use the last 2 things we just learned. So you go into your split throttle, we'll turn off the right engine, go into sim, flip it over. Then we'll have a split throttle cobra. Pretty simple if you know the last 2 tricks. And you're pretty set for a dogfight now because you can split throttle and cobra. So this is an infinite 13G turn. So if you go into your controls, you go into full reel once again, go down to where it says trimming, and then go to elevator trim axis, and then have a enable axis for that. And then your increase value, we'll put it to that. And then if we go to, I'm going to put mine on keep value for displayed access. You don't have to have this on, but it's going to make it easier for me. So what I'm going to do is hold that down, put that all the way forward, and now you can see my rudder is trimmed forward. So now, all I got to do is just turn in that direction. And you can see I'm blacked out, but I'm still pulling just as hard as I would even if I wasn't. Because you can see my elevators are still pointed all the way down. So this works for like loop-de-loops and stuff. Like I'm going perfectly straight and you can see they're tilted. So all we gotta do is just do that. You can add these for cobras if you want to go straight up. Everything kind of falls together, but yeah. So that's a good way to say they follow you up into a vertical. Put your landing flaps on for that little bit of extra lift. Gives you that little extra tilt. Falls right in your guns. Boom, he's dead. That's a reversal tip. You can also give yourself a little backup if you need to get out of those flat spins that get kind of nasty sometimes. Infinite 13G turns, that's especially good in an F14 because you will just be able to rip across turn circles. I do my friends a lot. I'll put on my Infinite 13G turn, put that all the way up, go straight up, do a little cobra, reset the trim by going back to mouse aim and then going back to full. And then usually they've flown right by. If they try to follow me up into the vertical, I give myself a little split throttle boost. But yeah, those are all my little tricks I use on YouTube, and all my keybinds for it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. We're gonna try to hit 500 by the end of the year. Peace out.